Peter Barclay.
Yeah. Well, I'll try to be somewhat quick here. Mobiletech has been around since 2005. Our product is twofold. We have an SDK and then we have a online publishing tool that I'm going to be demoing today. So I'm actually going to show the real application and build something for you. We have actually built a MoDev iPhone or mobile site for you today. But just quickly, this is some of our customers right here that we have locally. We work with Voice of America and Washington Post today. Some things about us. Can you hear me? Okay. We have been around since 2005. We work with about 300 companies worldwide. Most of them are in Scandinavia, and then we have some here in the US. We have live sites in about 60 countries, and we support about 57 languages. And the multi-language support and so forth is a key thing, part of our platform. We have about 1,400 live sites in production today being served. And we have offices around Scandinavia and here in the US. Like I said, we have two products. We have Mobiletech Publish, and then we have our mobile SDK. And how the two work together is you basically can build your own widgets and so forth and implement them into our Publish, so that if you're thinking about different widgets and so forth, you can import them into the Publish and you can make them available to all your users. I'll show you how that works in a second. But the core part of our product is our widget framework. So if you have a phone, you can go to widget mobiletech.mobi to see some of the ones we have standard in our product. But everything is done in three different components. One is the touch Ajax, basic JavaScript, and then fallback. You heard about Sencha. That is basically probably your top level product. We support every phone out there. We work with a company called Scientia Mobile, and through their device detection, we get access to about 8,000 different makes and models that we can deliver to. And working with Voice of America and knowing that their customers are worldwide, this is a key part of our platform. So if you are an enterprise or a government entity and you're trying to reach every customer, we can support you with this product. And we will always, the way that our product works is that we do server-side detection. So if a call comes in, we define what kind of product it is. Okay, we're going to send you the optimized code to that particular phone. So that means you don't have the overhead of a lot of extra code being sent to that phone. Your footprint on your web pages is as small as possible. And when it comes to other countries and areas where we have low bandwidth, that's kind of an important thing. I know we can make things faster with other different frameworks, but having it, the smaller you can make the page, the faster it's going to be delivered, and the faster you can get that user to start working and interacting with your platform. And the way that we look at things, we look at it from a device platform. What kind of device do you have? What kind of browsers are you using? How are you connected? And then using location if you want to use that through GPS if the phone supports it. And then what kind of social or how you want to interact with that customer with their login and so forth. And you can do sessions and so forth. But all these different components really builds the user experience, and you really want to create a good user experience. We're also of the thinking that how and where you're using your device makes a difference. So if you're sitting on your PC, that's one experience. If you're sitting on your tablets, it's a different experience. If you're sitting on your phone, you have a different experience as well. Now, there are exceptions to that, of course, and there are places where you can have a fully responsive design as well. And you can do that through this framework as well, but this one optimizes for doing the different devices. So that kind of does that. So let me kind of show you the product. And what I'm going to show you is the Mobiletech Publish. So what did we do here? Okay, so this is a site that we have built. All right. And this is our interface. Oh, great. What kind of resolution are you giving me here? Okay, so in this platform right here, we have the context of different content elements, and what you see on the left-hand side right here is basically your main categories. So you can see the front page, and after that, you kind of built out the different pages and the content pieces. And in this particular thing, you can manage multiple different sites. Here's basically through the folks that are working with this every day, they pretty much have all their sites accessible through that one single interface, so they can interact and manage multiple sites anytime during the day. What we're seeing right here is what's considered the front page, and if you look at here, so you got the logo, then you have some intro text, we have a YouTube video integrated into it, we have about Modev, we have the sponsors included in here, always good with sponsors. And when our next event is, and it's today, and am I on time, Pete, is the question. I'm good, all right. And then also I put in this has the iPhone, so this kind of links right up into Google for mapping and trying to get here. So that's our different intertext, our native versus web, the video, about Modev, etc. And so you can kind of, you have text elements, you have different elements that you can work with. Of course, you have category elements, which are mainly like buckets. The concept of pages doesn't really apply to this because you can put things into every different places in this thing. If you have an RSS feed, you can make that its own page inside of a category. It's hopefully concept kind of comes through here. Images, you can do any kind of image you want, PNG, JPEG, etc. All of those images are supported. We do videos that you can feed in. So if you have a video provider today, Brightcove, etc., work with the different feeds, and we can put those feeds in. Now, what feed do I use for what device? That's the big question. So if you have an Android, you have one. If you have an iPhone, you have a different one. Using Nokia, you have a different one as well. Our product would actually detect what kind of device you have and serve up the optimal video for that device. So you don't have to worry about that as long as you have a provider that can provide it in various formats. Then articles is just basically contact articles. If you're doing some news site and so forth, you can put them into the article formats. Links, audio is again different type of audios, text, and then RSS. We have been basically supporting a lot of different media companies, so RSS is something very basic to us, something that we manage, and most of the sites that we do today are managed using RSS feeds from their existing CMS. So that means you only have to do the code once and then deliver it through our product without having to do anything extra. And to manipulate content is quite easy. I want to now move the video and everything else down, or actually I want to do the other way around. Let's say I want to move these things up. Let's go like that, and get a slow connection. It's taking this time. But basically, through this interface, if you are a very basic user, you don't have to have a lot of skills in order to be able to manage this particular product. The SDK obviously is a full SDK with all kinds of code, and you can implement that in which way you want. You can even include Sencha and jQuery into the widgets that you build, so you can create an experience, kind of what we were talking about earlier, into your product. And then you can load that into our framework and then deliver it through this platform. So it gives you a lot of different options. But if you're a developer, you know this better than I do, not being this technical. So now we just moved everything up there, so it's different. The other great thing about this product is that you have full access to the style sheet, so your whole CSS is in here. So if you want to change something, you can do that and manipulate that as well. A lot of these tools that are out there to do these kind of things don't give you access to that. It gives you only on the individual component. And I want to change that component, I'm going to check. Here you get full access to the CSS. And you can make that for if you don't want your other users to be able to see that, you can actually make an external CSS that is just viewable and accessible to you as well. And that way you can also manipulate in the way that you're managing the different devices. And we have basically code in here, so if you can define, so I only want this particular styling to this particular device, you can put those things in here and it will only render to those particular devices. So if you have tablets and so forth, and you want a different experience in there, you can put that in as well. And then you got full site setting, and also we have language support. So if you are developing one site, you don't want to do that in 15 different iterations of it. You want to provide Spanish to Spanish speaking, or you want to provide French or whatever different languages that you have, or even Hebrew, thank you. You can do that as well, and this, I set it up now for both English and Swedish. So if you look back on the site up here now, so you got Moda, sponsors, events, and all I have to do is just, it automatically puts in SV, and like on Modev I didn't do everything, but in here it changed everything up. So if you can read that, it's about in Swedish, so I know there's one person in here who can read that, so and he's back there. So you can do a lot of things, manipulate the content, you can move things around quite a bit, it gives you a lot of flexibility. I'm only really scratching the surface of what you can do. If you're a developer and you can go to mobiletech.mobi and download the SDK, it gives you full access to all the different widgets and so forth into the framework. And then you can build your own things, so you can implement that and put that into here. And the way that we do that, let's say, let me go back to the front page in here. I'm looking at this native web. So this right now is a, and the properties. So really inline YouTube widget is what I use right here. So in here I get all kinds of different things. I want classic news, I want Twitter, I want the Flickr feed in here. I want to do YouTube clip only, I want to get the weather forecast, Last FM for you guys, so maybe our old people have never heard of that one. Web trends for all your analytics, etc. Google Analytics as well. So there's a number of different widgets that are available in the platform as it comes, and then you can just build that out with your own widgets as well. And the product is available both as a in-house or as a hosted as well. But that's, I just want to kind of give you a brief overview of our product, and if you have any questions.
Take one question, but we'll do them after.
Oh, okay.
I'm still trying to understand what a widget is. Is that a page, or is that a mobile ad? How does it render that widget?
Okay. The way I kind of describe widget is that it's just a piece of code that does a certain function. So in this particular case with the video, it presents a YouTube widget video inside of a page. So that's a particular widget. Or a text field can be a widget as well. So it's just a component of code.
So it's rendered in the div, like in the Ajax type of
yeah, depending on the device, it's going to render different ways. So if we were doing the device, if we were doing, for example, a Sony or something like that, or an old Ericsson, the video would not play in the page here. It would actually launch out into the video player. So every single device has a different way of handling the particular code. So it's optimized, and that way you can have a great experience on an iPhone. It would be a great experience on your Nokia or whatever it might be. So it kind of goes cross-platform that way.
Excellent. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you.